This is Caroline. I'm a Flothemes partner from France, and today I would like to propose a tutorial about do's and don'ts on how to create an awesome mobile version of your FlexBlocks. So I'm going to try to cover a few tips on what to think about when you're designing your block for a computer that you already have to think about in terms of mobile design. I'm going to show you also how to use the layouts that are already suggested with your Flotheme purchase, and how to create something that is very unique, so that if you have a really creative and really strong computer version for your website, we don't want to be suddenly very common for your mobile version, because we know right now mobiles are probably the most looked at versions of our websites. So let's make it very good, and Flothemes is going to help us do that. Hi guys, so we are here on a homepage that I have designed just now using Mono. And we're gonna dive right into it with some basics. So here we are on the first block of the homepage, and we're gonna come here. Here is where you will design your mobile version. And we're gonna see how what the layout is has created for me, because I have enabled the sync option. So whenever I create something for my computer, the mobile version is already updated. So here, everything is in place, but I can see where we are missing the boys, for example. So we're gonna want to have a look at that. But rather than getting into it just now, I just want to also cover the basics like we did for how to use a FlexBlock. So you can use these tools here also on your mobile version, like the grid. You can use the columns and gaps. This is for me a must. Especially when we are on the mobile. We don't have a lot of margin to play with, so I'd like to get it right from the first time. So I use theme page edges and screen center, or you could also just have theme page edges, or you could have none. This is up to you, or you could just not use grid. And then settings, you need to think about your mobile height, which is very, very different to your page or your computer height. You can also here decide to work with a background color. You can use the snap to put elements to guide elements as you move around. You can use the smart guides if you want, the display rotate bar, and this is the enable sync, so that all elements imported from this version here are synced here. Okay, we're gonna now move things around so we can see how we keep this design very strong from my computer version to my mobile version. Okay, so we are on the second block of my homepage, on the About block, with a short introduction to who I am. And it's the perfect example. So this is my computer block. And here is what happens with the mobile version. So the background color is not taken into account. My text is here, and I like the line is also here, but look at this huge amount of space. So we're going to correct all of these elements and trying to replicate to the best of our abilities this block here. So first thing first, I am gonna copy my hex code here. you shouldn't really have to do that. It's just because I haven't recorded it on the settings on this website version for the purpose of this training, but it should be here for you already, so you shouldn't have to do this. I'm just doing it here quickly. That's it, done, okay. Because otherwise I'm gonna be told off. Okay, I can decide, not quite sure. I think there's a lot of space here between the title and the image, so I want it to be, on a mobile, you don't want to keep your spaces too big. You're not going to ask people to scroll without, with a lot of empty space, otherwise they're going to think there's something wrong. So you want to have breathing space, but you don't want to have empty space. Here is all good. I like this. Yeah, I'm not gonna change anything here. And then I have this huge space here. So first we could move the line up and place it like this. And we're going back here and it says, okay, this is huge, 3,491. I'm gonna go back to 1,500. And you can see it's not enough. So let's go for 2,000. I don't have any kind of magic wand to guess the length. I guess the more you play with Flothemes and FlexBlocks, the more you can get used to it. For me, there's a lot of empty space here. So now it's too big. So I'm going to go for 1,800 and perfect. Okay, breathing space, but not too much empty space. Okay, so I could decide to keep this like this. Or I find it a bit not boring, but almost too simple. I liked the fact that, on the computer version, you had the photo and the text all together. So we have one version where everything is in place. It all looks good. It doesn't look bad, but let's see if we can twist it a little bit. Okay, so as I said, I'd like to make this a bit different. So I might just start by moving this around. Okay, for now I'm going to keep it aligned with this. And I could say, yeah. Okay. Right. I want to play with the elements, and I think I want to have this. I'm thinking I might just, go the other way about it. Rather than having everything aligned here, and it's very classic. It's, as I said, I should stop making faces because there is nothing wrong about it. But I think I lose a little bit the purpose or the style of this design, and I want to go back to it. There's nothing which is like, wow, it looks completely different, because as I said, we want to keep the essence of the design you have picked for your computer version to be the same here on your mobile version. But happier to go this way. Oh, I want to get rid of this. Yeah. Tac. Et voilà. Again, nothing which is just totally different. Just playing around. And now I can reduce this even more. Probably now 1500. Let's see. Yeah. This line is a bit bothering me. I don't know why there is a line. Okay, and I might go back to this and say maybe 1450. Up. Là. Yeah, I'm liking this. Up. There we are, and now I can save, and now, yeah, I feel like I have kept the same design on both versions of these FlexBlocks. Okay, this last part about the mobile version is especially for those of you who are thinking either about buying a Flex theme, so you want to know how the FlexBlocks will look once you have a mobile version, or those of you who may be worried not to have designing abilities to deal with this. It's very easy, actually. You don't need to do anything because Flothemes has thought about it for you. First, so when you come here, okay, let's say, I think sometimes the trickiest, or those that may look scary to think, okay, I'm gonna need to put this on a mobile version, maybe the links blocks, because there's, very important also, because they require an action from our client. But it doesn't matter what you choose. So if, let's say, we wanted to put this at the end of my about page with a little call to action, yeah, okay, it's fine. You just need to, fill this. Okay. But if you look at this, Flotheme has it covered for you. It's all here. You don't need to worry about designing, because FlexBlocks and blocks layout like this, they are thought about for you. So if we try with this, with a lot of elements, same. Okay, I come back here and everything is in place for me. You just need to fill the blank space and change the text. So very easy to do, as you would do here. Very easy to do for your mobile version. So all you need to keep in mind really is the size of the buttons. You want people to be able to click. So let's have a look at link with, let's choose this and go to our mobile version. We want this to be very easy to access. So you can either decide to keep it on the side. I would tend to put things in the middle, when buttons, not things. We could go back here, but the point is 3 or 4 elements to keep in mind when designing your mobile version is The size of your text, it needs to be readable and easily readable. The size of your call to actions, they may be links or they may be buttons, but you want those to be easily accessible, and so that, client can interact and move along on your website. Third thing, you don't need to be a designer because Flothemes has it covered for you, and there is also, the option to just play along as the layout is offered here. And fourth option, for those of you who have designer fiber and you want to keep your identity covered, so yeah, just keep the same thread throughout the computer version to your mobile version, because you never know, a client may be looking at both. They might start on your computer and then come back to it later after exchanging an email with you and access it from their mobile, or they may start from the mobile, they arrive from Instagram or Pinterest or Facebook or whatever social media you're on, and they will arrive on the mobile version of your website, and then they will move on to the computer once they're, cozy, relaxed at home on the sofa. So you need to have this covered. So if you have any questions or more, I'm easily reachable, and I hope this tutorial has helped you to be either creative or reassured about your mobile version. Have a look at them, make sure all the elements are there. It's a very, very important thing to check when you're doing the final tweaks of launching your website as well. Make sure when you change images on your slideshows, on your homepage or any pages, that the sync has been working, so that you don't have new photos on your computer version and then that somehow the update hasn't happened on your mobile version. So whatever you do on your website, please make sure the mobile version is updated, and I will come back soon for some more tutorials. Bye bye.